Perfect. So this class is all about just getting into the corners of the body. So with the nooks and crannies that often go untouched throughout just your normal week, your day to day, give some energy into those cells and just re-energize from the inside out. To get started, if you have a couple blocks, you can set it up the T shape at just the head of your mat. Um, if it's too high on that middle setting, you can always drop it down to the lower setting. You can also take a towel or a blanket and just roll it up so you got a bit of a noodle action happening. And you can go in place of the blocks the length of the spine. And then once you're set up. So if you're setting up on the blocks, just make sure the block is gonna go in between the shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades rest on either side of that prop. So option to use a towel, a block, a blanket, begin to kind of adjust. You wanna be at the base of the spine with your towel, and then just roll the length of the towel right underneath your spine. You can go the base of the head. If your head is a bit uncomfortable, just adjust the towel so everything's supported. Arms can go alongside the body. You can bring the feet just the hips width or a little wider, maybe the width of your mat. Press at the feet, lift the hips. So just scooch the tailbone forward so you're nice and flat in that lower back. Shoulders on either side of your prop, and the knees can knock in. This is option 1. Option 2 with the legs is the soles of the feet together, and you begin to draw into the inner abductors, the groin, the inner hips. And just give yourself permission to take up space here. So back of the hands can draw out, fingers curl up. And then once you arrive somewhere that feels really good, just make sure you feel supported so you can surrender the weight of the body. Any pinching anywhere, be willing to modify or adjust. And close the eyes. Maybe part the teeth. The mouth can open slightly so you feel that unhinging of the jaw. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Feel a heaviness to the back of the head, a heaviness in the mid back. Maybe you feel the pressing into your prop underneath that mid back, upper back. Heaviness in that hip region, the pelvic floor, just surrendering to the floor, the earth. And again, any tenderness in that lower back, you can press into the feet, lift the hips slightly, and just scooch the tailbone even more forward. So you just get that softening in the lower back, no pull into the vertebrae there. Outer edges of the feet heavy into the floor. Relax the glutes, the outer thighs, the inner thighs. And then just to get rid of any fidgeting in the body, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Take a big inhale through the nose so you feel that coolness through the nostrils. Expand through the chest, through the ribs, through the belly. Feel the fullness of your breath. So hold as though you're a big inflated balloon. Open the mouth, exhale, let that breath go. Feel the softening of the belly, that interlacing of the ribs, and that just decompression in and around the heart. So you're just alleviating any of that tightness, any tension. Once again, deep breath in through the nose, expand. Take it to the lower belly first, through the ribs, in and around the heart, maybe the back of the heart, so you feel the action, the pressure into your prop and the space between the shoulder blades. Open the mouth, exhale, let it go. One more breath just like that, just a really conscious focus of the in-breath. See if you can expand that breath into every cell of the body. So you're sending the inhalation to the toes, to the space behind the knees, to the inner hips, the outer hips, through the belly, the ribs, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the fingertips, through the neck, the skull, and then open the mouth, exhale, just deflating, releasing, softening. And then just a natural breath in and out. Notice where you might be holding any tension or tightness. Like I said, this class is all about the nooks and crannies of your body. So all of those areas that don't typically get touched on a regular basis in your regular movements of your day. So all about finding the depth, getting to the core, maybe in the inner organs, in the belly, or the hips, the shoulders. And set an intention for the practice. So maybe the practice is just to uncover some hidden regions of the body that need a little extra love and compassion and focus this morning, this afternoon. Maybe the intention is even lighter than that, just being here. A little self-care never hurts. Slowly extending the right leg forward, the left leg forward, just alongside your mat. So stretching out the legs. Flutter the eyes open. Take the arms, extend them up. Hook the thumbs. Reach the fingertips back. Reach the toes forward. So you're extending in opposite directions. And you just get that nice length through the body. And maybe it's a gentle rock from side to side. So you're massaging the muscles on either side of the spine. Maybe one heel reaches away and then the other. So you feel that transitioning into the hips, into the pelvic floor. Good. Sweeping the arms around. Let the palms press down. Gentle movement. And then once again, reach the arms, hook the thumbs, the opposite thumb on top, and then extend the arms back. Maybe this time you flex the feet and then the heels reach away as the fingertips extend. And keeping the shoulders out of the ears so you can reach through the sides of the body, through the back of the legs. Stretch, 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 and reach. Good. And then slowly unwind. You can take a roll to the right side. Just coming up slightly, removing the prop from behind the back body. And then once you're ready, come back flat onto the mat. Adjust anywhere you need to adjust so you feel that full connection of the back body into the floor. So you have the shoulder blades, that mid back, that space between the shoulder blades is now flush on the floor. Mid back, lower back, the seat, the backs of the thighs, the calves, the heels. And then reach the arms up, hook the thumbs once again, and then take that stretch up and back. So just noticing the difference without the props there. You can reach the toes, really elongate through that frontal body, side body, back body. Good. Sweep the arms around, soles of the feet onto the floor. Knees point up, reach the arms alongside the body where the fingertips grace the heels. Root the lower back down. Press the palms. On your next in-breath, lift the hips. Out-breath lowers the hips. So you begin to marry the breath and marry the movement. Inhale when you're ready, lift. Take a little extra lift at the top. Squeeze the glutes, backs of the thighs, and then exhale, lower down. This time, we'll take the arms and the hips up. So arms go up and overhead, hips lift up. Big inhale. Exhale, arms come down, hips come down. Return to the floor. 3 more times. Inhale as you lift. You can keep the eyes open or closed, yogi choice. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, engaging into the back body, lift the arms, lift the hips. Exhale, lowering down. Once again, inhale, arms lift up, hips lift up. Stay a little extra on that in-breath. Hold at the top, maybe lift and engage. Exhale, lower down. And one last time for good measure. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms. Full range of motion. Maybe lift a little bit higher, hug the inner thighs in. And exhale as you lower. On the bottom of that out breath, hug the knees into the chest. Exhale, completely hugging the knees towards the ribs so you feel like you're pushing every bit of oxygen out of those two sponges called your lungs. Inhale, knees move away. You can hold on with the palms of the hands. Exhale as you hug in. Tailbone lifts and you really push out every last little droplet of oxygen from the lungs. Inhale, knees move away. Exhale as you draw in. Push out every bit of oxygen. Inhale, knees pull away. One last time, exhale, hug it in. Make sure you can get to the bottom of the breath. Good. Inhale, knees go to neutral. Cross at the ankles, grab behind the knees, and we'll just do a gentle rock up and back. If that's uncomfortable in any way, if you're on a really hard surface, you can just move the hips a little forward and back or circles around. Just get into the back body any way that feels comfortable. If you're rocking, we'll rock just a couple more times. And then we'll rock up to a seated position. So I'll face you guys for this, but you can face the top of your mat. So we'll go right leg in front. So we're gonna go a outer hip opener. So the knees will track in towards each other, the feet away, so towards the outer edges of your mat. So you wanna look down and see if you can line up your knees and your ankles together. So some people can do this and stack so you can actually go into fire log. But my knee, my outer hips are really tight. So my knee always comes up. That's not really accessible for me, but if it's something where you can lay that top leg flat on the bottom, that's your option. Otherwise, you can go by drawing the feet out, the knees in. Press at the hips, lift the hips so your seat's off the floor, draw the hips back and then lower down. Flex both feet so that gives you a protection of the kneecaps. Inhale, arms reach up, hook the thumbs. Stretch through the fingertips. Take a moment here just to feel your anchoring of the sits bones into your mat, into the floor. And then you'll begin to tip the torso forward. Reach, reach, reach. So the belly draws towards the tops of the thighs. When you can't go any farther, forearms will come to the inseams of the legs. Palms will press down. Shoulders draw back out of the ears, and then you can just surrender the head, the chin towards the chest. And we linger here for about 10 breaths. So we're starting out just dialing deeper and deeper into the body. So just savoring these moments of just softening inwards towards yourself. And with any forward fold, it's really nice for digestion. So you're breathing deep into the belly. So big inhalation, big exhalation. That exhalation, you're going to feel the belly button draw towards the back body. And then the diaphragm lifts up underneath the lower floating ribs. So it's just a beautiful massage into those vital organs. If you need any cushion or extra underneath the ankles, you can always fold the top end of your mat under, or you can use a blanket or a towel or something to cushion the ankles. See if you can soften the glutes, soften the outer hips. Keep extending through the spine and then feeling like you're folding that hinge of the torso over. So it's like you're closing that gap or closing the door. Shake the head a little yes and no, just ensuring you're keeping everything subtle and soft. Last couple breaths here. Good. Next breath, go ahead and sit upright. So the foot that's closest to you should be your left foot. So you're going to bring that left foot close to your seat. Step with the right foot over, so Marichyasana, so a version of your of a twist, seated twist. So both sits bones should press down. If for some reason the body elevates that right sits bone, maybe it's folding the mat or sliding a blanket underneath the left side. So you want to elevate the left side to get the right sits bone down. Yeah, and ideally both sits bones are anchored to the floor. Good. And then right hand will come to the base of the spine. So the same side as that knee that's pointing up. Base of the spine, left arm up. Left arm will go forward, and we're just going to wrap that left arm around the right thigh. Give it a nice hug in, and then begin to rotate the torso. So that mid-back, that thoracic band, gets a little bit of a love twist here. Gaze out over that right shoulder, and a few rounds of breath here. So breathing deep into the belly, and deep breath out. So twisting to the right side first, just activating into the ascending colon. So that starting point of the colon. The colon kind of trickles up that right side, travels underneath the lower floating ribs, and then the descending portion, that end portion towards the left side. So we're activating at the top. So big inhale. Exhale, twist to your full range of motion. Send the gaze as far back as comfortable for your cervical spine, for the neck. Rinse everything out on that next out breath. Inhale as you bring it back. And you'll just counter twist, take it towards the head of your mat, and slowly step it back, high plank, high push-up. And then exhale, send it back into your first down dog. So hips high, heels low. You can go wider with this stance. Maybe bend one knee and bend the other. Walk it out, sway the hips. Just get into the body here. If you like to ripple forward, you can ripple forward into a plank pose on the tippy toes. Use your exhale to send it back to down dog. And it's just that idea of those nooks and crannies of the body. So getting into the Achilles tendons and the calves, the lower hamstrings, the upper hamstrings, the sits bones, maybe in the shoulders. So maybe one more ripple forward, or you can hold down. Okay, last walking out here. Then inhale, everybody forward, high plank, palms of the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're gonna drop the outer edge of that right foot onto the mat, inseam of that left foot. Keep both palms pressing evenly, so try to root the left hand as much as the right. And then go ahead and take it to that left side. So outer edge of that left foot roots down, inseam of the right. Press the right hand just as much as the left hand, square the shoulders. Back to center on your in-breath, and then exhale, lower it all the way to the belly. Fingertips will go wider than your mat. Tops of the feet will press down. So all 10 toenails are rooting. Fingertips press, inhale into a cobra. So wide-armed cobra. Exhale as you lower down. Maybe the fingertips move back or forward. You can find a new sweet spot. Inhale lifts you up. And exhale as you lower down. The next in-breath, we're going to linger and just get really curious. So you can send the gaze towards the right foot, maybe over towards the left, chin to chest, shake out the shoulders a little forward and back. Inhale, lifting the chest away from the chin away from the chest, looking up. Maybe lift up, stretch the belly. Exhale, lowers you down. Pressing the palms underneath the shoulders, curl the toes. Inhale into plank. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Inhale forward. This time knees come down. You can find a block. Block can go in between the ankles. You can uncurl the toes. You can also sit on a towel. Arms are going to come forward. Right arm over the left, crisscross the arms, and then palms back to back. If you like to double cross, you can reach around and press the palms of the hands together. If this is really tight for the shoulders, you can also do forearms just coming in together, elbows right in the line of the shoulders. Inhale, elbows lift up. Exhale, rounding forward, elbows towards the belly. Shoulder blades go wide. You can swim it out from side to side. Relax the head and the neck, and just breathe into all those tiny little muscle fibers of the shoulders, of the upper back. Inhale, elbows lift up. Unwind the arms, reach high, hook the thumbs, take a stretch. Release the hands, interlace the fingers behind the back, palms press, knuckles reach away from the body. Maybe some swaying from side to side. Lifting the knuckles even farther away. Breathe into that stretch in the deltoids in the front of the chest. Maybe look up, lean back, open the heart. Full inhale, full exhale. Good. Inhale, release. And take the arms forward, opposite arm on top. So left arm comes on top, right arm underneath. Arms back to back or wrap around. Inhale, elbows lift up. Exhale, rounding out. Fingertips forward, forearms down. A few rounds of breath here, so softening the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe into any resistance in the upper back or around the shoulders. I love this quote by Rodney Yee: "The place of the most resistance, you find the greatest liberation." So just finding curiosity around where you feel the tightest, what you can uncover and discover. Good. Inhale, elbows up. Unwind the arms, reach the arms high, hook the thumbs, opposite thumb in front, stretch through the fingertips, feel that stretch through the serratus, so right underneath the underarms. Release the hands, bring the hands behind the back, opposite finger on top, take a little stretch here, knuckles reach back. Maybe look up, lean back, feel the heart lift. Scooch the tailbone under so you're out of that lower back and you just feel that liberation in the mid back and the upper back. Good. Releasing the arms, give it a shake out, roll the shoulders. So last little thing here on the knees. So palms pressed down. We're just going to do a little bit in the Kapalabhati breath. So it's that inhale, big breath in. Exhale, release everything. Inhale, you breathe, and then it's those fiery pumps out by way of the belly. So it sounds like this. So we'll do that 27 times, and then we'll get back to the rhythms. So palms pressed down, tops of the feet root down. Sit up nice and tall. Big breath in. Big breath out to cleanse that breath. Inhale, and then exhale the pumps, 27. Try to feel it in the belly, out of the shoulders. Keep that softness. Arms reach out, big inhale. Hold the inhale, hold, drop the chin to the chest. Feel that lift of the Mula Bandha. Exhale, release. Good. We'll take it to the other side. So you can set your block forward. Left foot's going to come in front of the right foot. So I'll face you guys again. Draw the knees in, draw the heels out. Root the sits bones. You can press at the hips, draw back. Yeah, really nice. Reach the arms high, hook the thumbs, opposite thumb in front, so the funny way. Stretch the fingers, dial the shoulders down. Take that hinge of the hips forward, forward, forward. So you begin to activate into the outer hips. And then forearms to the inseams of the legs, palms pressed together. Bow the chin to the chest, relax the shoulders wide, wide, wide. And soften here. Find a softening. Find that connection to the outer hips. So softening the glutes, softening the thighs, softening the belly, softening the shoulders. and let the sensations draw you in. What do you feel physically by way of sensations? Maybe metaphysically, the aura and the energy of our bodies, like what surfaces when you hold and linger into the body, into these nooks and crannies. Last few rounds of breath here. Soften the gaze, unhinge the jaw. Inhale, begin to lift the torso. Right heel is going to draw towards the body, so sitting it close. Left foot steps, so as though if you stood on that left foot, you could stand and support the body. So sole of the foot roots down. Both sits bones press down. Reminder, if that left sits bone's lifted, slide a towel or a blanket or part of your mat underneath that right sits bone. Anchor yourself down. Left hand, so same side as the knee pointing up, goes to the base of the spine, and you just kind of like fingertip support the body. Inhale with that right arm, take the right arm forward, and then just hug that left thigh in. Take the twist around the body. So sits bones rooting down, so it's like that spiral staircase all the way through the vertebrae of the spine to the base of the skull, and then you extend the gaze back. And with the twist, even though there's some compression happening in that mid back, you're finding spaciousness. So as you elongate by way of the crown of the head growing taller, you find that wringing or rinsing out action as you exhale. And then this is the descending colon that we're kind of tapping deep into by way of the breath. So lots of good activation into the nooks and crannies here in this twist. Relax the shoulders down the back. One more breath, inhale. Exhale as you twist, last little bit. Begin to unwind, and then this time it's going to take you towards the back end of your mat. So palms can press down. You'll step one foot back, step the other foot back. Good. Once you're here, so the feet are about hip width apart. So you're going to roll the feet, the outer edge of that right foot down, inner arch of the left. Left arm's going to lift up. This time we're taking it into side plank. So slightly modified because the feet are staggered. Yeah. Feel the bottom carriage of the body lift up. Good. Draw that right shoulder back, lift up, and then maybe sweep the arm forward, down, around, and up. You can go a couple times in one direction and then maybe the other direction. If you need to modify, you can also just drop that right knee down, give a little bit more lift and less intensity in the shoulder. Good. Right hand's going to come down onto the mat, and then we'll take it to the other side. So outer arch of the left foot, inner arch of the right. Right arm lifts up. Take it forward, down, around, up. Couple times in one direction, and then swap it out. And so it's just kind of unhinging the arm. Good. Right hand down, left hand down, high plank. Good. Shift forward, lower knees, chest, chin, come to the belly. Arms alongside the body, palms down. Tops of the feet root down. Inhale, you find locust, so the palms can stay down as you lift into the back body. Soften the glutes and just feel the activation in the muscles on either side of the spine. Lift a little bit higher and then lower. Inhale once again. Maybe this time the palms lift up. Middle back, upper back engages. Glutes relax. Lift a little bit higher. Find your edge. Exhale as you lower. One more. Inhale lifts you up. Lift a little bit higher. A little bit higher. Exhale, palms swim forward underneath the shoulders. Curl the toes, inhale, plank. Exhale to shift forward, maybe a chaturanga. You can modify the chaturanga with the knees down. Inhale. If you're going full up dog, tops of the feet press down, palms press down, thighs lift up. Exhale, and you find down dog. Few rounds of breath here. Child's pose is also an option. You can bring the knees down, sink the hips back, arms reach forward. I'll use that as an opportunity to not lose my ear pod, but take my sweatshirt off. So just taking a moment, feel the tops of the feet rooting down, the palms pressing down. Again, inhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, press back, down dog. Right leg lifts, big inhale. Right knee moves forward, step the right foot between the palms of the hands. Spin the outer edge of that left foot down onto your mat. Inhale, arms reach up, warrior one. Good. Outer edge of that back foot, really pressing down into your mat. So that begins to activate into the femur. So the femur is a little bit neglected muscle of the body, just in our day-to-day walking and sitting and typical activities. So just giving it a little bit of love here. Left hip draws forward, right hip draws back, arms extend up. See if you can really feel that stacking of the shoulders over the hips. Good. Come into the ball of that back foot now. Come into crescent lunge. Good. Arms go alongside the body. Tip the torso forward. Root down into the right foot. You're going to begin to transition the weight forward, forward, forward. Maybe hop that back foot and then come into a warrior three stance. Feel a slight back bend in that upper back as you reach the arms and the crown of the head forward. Arms back, crown of the head forward, heel back. Drop the left hip. Feel from the lift of the inseam of that left leg. It can shake and quake. That's good. Step that left foot behind the right foot. Fold the body out and over the legs. Inhale, we'll halfway lengthen you. Exhale, fold you back in. Shake out the head and the neck. Good. Hop that back, the left foot back. Lower the left knee down, uncurl the toe. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Turn the palms behind, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles. So just revisiting this, taking it a degree further, maybe by reaching the tailbone, lifting the heart, and dropping the head back. Lifting the arms up, big inhale, big exhale. Good, arms come up. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat, curl that back toe under, step the back foot forward. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale, fold it in. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Circle the arms, inhale, big breath. Exhale, glide it forward, out, and over. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lengthens you, Adha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands land, step, or float. High plank to chaturanga. Back bend of choice. You can go cobra, baby cobra, those fingertip cobra, or full up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Outer edge of that right foot spins down. Warrior one, inhale, reach up. Linger here. Tap into the outer femur. Tap the outer edge of that foot deep into your mat. Good. Sink in a little bit more. Good. Square it off. Come into the ball of that back foot. Feel the stretch into that right psoas, right hip flexor. Keep reaching the tailbone down and the crown of the head up. Arms alongside the body. Tip the torso. Begin to transition the weight into that left foot, maybe a couple little hops, and then that right leg lifts. Drop the right hip down, left hip anchor, flex the back foot, and then lift from the inseam of that left leg. Draw the shoulders out of the ears. Linger here, just feel your own strength for a moment. Right foot behind the left foot, crisscross the legs, forward fold. Shake the head out, shake the neck out. Feel those really fun sensations trickling up through the IT bands and maybe into the outer hips. Soft bend to that right knee if you feel a little bit too much intensity in that right leg. Shake head, lift sits bones, wiggle the toes. Don't judge the lack of pedicure. Go ahead and step that right foot way back. Lower the right knee down and sink the hips. Inhale, modified crescent. Turn the palms, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles, open the chest, lift the heart. Exhale, hands find your mat. Transition back to high plank. Maybe vinyasa or straight into down dog. So we'll get a bit rhythmic here, but not rush. So take your time. Kind of the perks of not being in a class, but being in a virtual class. Couple rounds in your down dog. Sits bones lift, sits bones spread wide. Feel that release in the lower back. Inhale on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, extends you. Breathe into the upper hamstrings. Exhale as you fold. Full exhalation, so you empty the lungs completely. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. This time, sit deep. Utkatasana, reach high. Pinkies and thumbs out. Big breath in. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, halfway extend. Exhale, root the hands, step it or float it back, chaturanga. Up dog to expand the frontal body. Down dog to return to center. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Outer edge of that left foot spins down. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Linger for a couple breaths. Maybe close the eyes and just feel the full expression of this for you. Come into the ball of that back foot, crescent lunge. Sit a little deeper. Reach the heel and feel that kind of spread of the left quad. That really yummy stretch into the psoas and the hip flexor. Arms are going to go alongside the body. You're going to tip the torso forward. So just like we just did, find your warrior three. Hop forward. Hug the outer hips together. Lift the heel. Reach the crown of the head. Maybe the arms float forward on this round. Good. Right hand's going to come down, maybe on a block. Left arm's going to lift up, and you're going to transition Ardha Chandrasana. So that left shoulder stacking on the right, left hip on top of that right hip. Find your anchors into the earth, your points of contact. Good. You're welcome to stay here if you want to reach back for that top foot. Take a back bend or an extra deep quad stretch in Chapasana. So think nooks and crannies, not doing things because you have to, but do it because maybe it feels really good to tap somewhere you haven't recently tapped. You're finding a depth and integrity. Good, love it. Go ahead and release if you have it. Left hand comes down, left leg lifts, standing split. Exhale, left knee to the outside of that right ankle. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, lower tap. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, lower tap. Inhale, lift. Last two, lower tap. Inhale, lift. Lower tap. Good. Step the left foot behind the right foot. Inhale, extend the heart forward. Exhale, folds you in. Shake out the head and the neck. Good. And then see if you can lift the sits bones, draw the belly in. And you find that breath lifting into the belly, that nice massage into the inner organs, getting into the depths of your core, your hara, that epicenter in and behind your belly button. Press the palms down, bend the knees, step that left foot way back, palms pressed down. You're gonna lift the right foot, transition into pigeon. So that's a lift, the right knee goes behind the right wrist, right foot behind that left hand. You can adjust if you need to adjust. You can also bend that back knee if this is really tight terrain for the hips. I'm gonna extend. Lengthen as you take that in breath. Exhale, tip forward, support the upper body by way of the forearms. And all that does is draw the energy down, that intensity down into your hips. So you find a bit more depth. And you relax. You can also do palm on palm and sink the forehead. As long as you keep a slight elevation with the upper body, you're good. Sometimes I get here and I like to curl the toe under and just kind of dial into my hips a bit more to find that sweet spot. And once I have it, I'll release. And then I remind myself, relax the shoulders, relax the gaze, soften. And then find that nook of the right hip or any feelings of sensation in that right inner abductor, so the inseam of the right leg, the outer hip. Last couple breaths. Good. Inhale, bringing yourself up. The back leg is going to sweep around. You're going to step that back foot. I'll do it facing you guys, but you can stay facing the front. So same way we started earlier. So that foot, the bottom foot draws in, Mauritiasana, sole of the left foot steps down. Right arm's gonna lift, left hand will find a bit of support at the base of the spine. Really nice, good. Twist it out. So you're welcome to hug and find that variation, or you extend past the left thigh, hook, and send the gaze back. So this is a really great variation to really rinse out. You can also go for the bind if it's conducive to your body. So you'll reach through behind that left leg, reach for the right hand or right wrist, but really lengthen the spine up and then draw the gaze back. And you want to feel like it's working in alignment with your body. You're not like pushing for something to happen. It doesn't need to, as long as it feels good. The connective tissue of the body, the tissue that's closest to the joints, loves to be pulled and kind of put pressure against in a conducive sort of way. Let's give this one more breath. Exhale completely, still in the bind or still in the twist. So you rinse the inner organs. Release the hold if you have a hold. And then counter twist back towards the back end of your mat. Palms pressed down and then step it back, high plank. You can take a side plank here if you like, or just shift through a vinyasa. Sometimes I like to rinse just with some extra strengthening. And then chaturanga. Inhale as your up dog. Exhale, down dog. A couple rounds of breath in your down dog. You guys are doing awesome. If you need a child's pose, it's available at any time. As we've been moving, see where you can find the space. So sometimes we move and we kind of tighten and draw closer together. So see where you can splay out. Get wider with the shoulder blades. Get wider with the sits bones. Inhale on the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, travel to the top. Inhale, lengthens you, Adho Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise to reach, grow tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. Other side, bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, Utkatasana. Linger for a moment, not because you have to, but because you can. Hug the thighs together, sit a little bit lower, draw the shin bones back. I'd like to really feel into the discomfort here. Reminds me that these moments of discomfort are fleeting. Look it right in the eye. Sit a little deeper, lift a little higher. Let it shake and quake and feel all-consuming. And then you release out as life goes. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, secure your stance, step back, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Left leg lifts, big inhale. Good, left foot forward. Outer edge of that right foot spins down. Set your foundation. Inhale when you're ready. Virajasana 1. Sit a little lower. Check that that front knee is tracking forward and maybe slightly towards that left pinky edge. Good. Ball of that right foot. Lift the heel. Sit low in your crescent. Really engage that back leg. Stack the left ankle on left knee on that left ankle. Good. Arms float alongside the body. Fingertips reach down and then reach back as you tip the torso. Transition the weight forward. Once again, you find warrior 3. Option to stay here or reach the arms forward. Find the integrity of this pose so that right hip drops down. You lift from the inseam. Good. Left hand finds the mat. Right arm lifts up. Flex the right foot. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. And then just stack the bones. Breathe into your space. Maybe if you want to bend that top leg, reach back for the foot, hold. Find a variation of the back bend or just a quad stretch. Explore. You release out, right arm lifts, right leg just as high as your hip. Good. Right hand lowers down, right leg lifts, standing split. Good. Right knee, you're gonna bend it, heel towards that right glute. Tap towards the outer edge of that left ankle, and then inhale, stretch the leg up. Exhale, lower tap. Inhale as you stretch. Exhale, lower tap. Inhale as you reach up. Last 2, lower tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of that left leg. Inhale, lengthens your heart away from the legs, from the hips. Exhale, folds you in, so kind of that funky forward fold. And then just check, maybe your pinky edges of the feet or the pinkies are more lined up. You can bend the knees a little bit to get them that way. And then squeeze the inner thighs so you feel a hugging in of those outer hips. Let it feel a little wonky for a moment longer. Okay, palms pressed down. Left foot's gonna stay where it is. Right leg's gonna step way, way back. Press the palms, lift the foot, and then begin to transition into pigeon. Go ahead and reach that right leg back. Press the fingertips. Any variation that you did on the other side, mimic it here. And exhale, lower. You might not feel the same sensations on this side as the other side, but try to align that balance from what you did on one side with the other. And relax the shoulders. Relax the gaze. You can curl the back toe under and just kind of move it forward or back. See what feels good there, and then just release the foot. And shake out the head and the neck a little. And then what part of the, hey little buddy, what part of the depths of you are you feeling? Are you connected to? And that definitely changes from moment to moment and day to day. But like right now in this moment, you can't ignore sensations or feelings that stir up. Like the real magic is not getting hung up on what stirs up. It's just like, don't let it consume you. Just feel it, notice it, observe it, learn from it, and then breathe it out, creating space. We only have so much vitality or prana or chi that you're born with, and we always are trying to keep that in balance. So when we feel depleted of prana, how can we restore that energy or harness it? I always feel like there's magic hiding in the nooks and crannies of our body, that untapped resource. Inhale, bring yourself up. Good. Shift towards that left side, sweep the back leg around. Root the sole of the foot, and I'll do it semi-facing you guys. Yeah. So that bottom foot can come closer, anchor both sits bones down. Right hand to the base of the spine, left arm extends up, and then you twist it out. Gaze towards the right shoulder, and then you can stay here and just create that extension in that mid-back, that opening in the thoracic band, or if you like to bind. Sides are different, so just kind of feel it out. But keep that right foot really anchored to the floor. Keep both sits bones anchored. So let that be your foundation so that you can explore and twist and get into the depths. It's like you have a tether to come back from it. And relax the gaze, soften the outer edges of the lips, maybe upwards. Smile to yourself. One more breath. Slowly unwind. Counter twist is going to take you towards the front edge of your mat now, or the other side. And then slowly transition back, high plank. Roll to the outer right foot. Maybe you stack, left arm up, over. If you want to take it a little deeper, you can lift a leg maybe. Or if you want to step it back, come into wild thing. And just whatever you do, take it to the other side, do the exact same thing. Make it a little playful and fun. And step it back, rotate, open. And up. Both hands down. High plank, shift forward, chaturanga. Upward dog. Down dog. Inhale on the tips of the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Hop the feet or step the feet to the outsides of the hands. Palms press low. So yogi squat, but if you have any discomfort in the knees, you can also sit down and take this variation, or I always do it the hard way, grabbing the block. You can also sit on a block, and just like restorative ways, the block is really nice. I feel like to take it a little bit more intense, I'm just gonna Stay rooted up right. If the heels are lifted, you can roll the top end of your mat, place the heels on the outer edges, or if you have a couple blocks, you can put the lower side of the block under the heels or a towel, palms pressed. Draw the thumbs towards the heart. Feel the feet anchored down so that the knees can track wider. So without foundation, you might feel a little kind of off kilter, but if you have a strong foundation, it gives you that range to explore. Relax the shoulders back. Good. Release the hands. Lift the seat, heel toe the feet in together to touch, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, extend the heart away from the thighs. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise to reach. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. Circle the arms. Inhale, sit deep, Utkatasana. Stay for a breath in. Exhale and fold for the breath out. Inhale, lengthens you. Exhale, you find plank. You can transition back to down dog or take the full chaturanga to up dog to down dog. From down dog, right leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, step it through. Outer edge of that left foot spins down. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Drop the back hand, flip the left, reverse. Exhale, right forearm to the inseam of the right leg. Left arm extends, extended side angle. Good. Reverse once again. Take it to warrior two. Take it to to crescent lunge. I'm going to find the railing here, so I'm going to hop back. Arms alongside the body. Track it forward. Come into warrior three. So one breath, one movement, or a couple breaths, couple movements. Right hand down, left arm lifts, Ardha Chandrasana. Good. Left hand down, right hand down, standing split. Okay. Step the left foot next to the right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Circle the arms. Inhale, sit low, Utkatasana. So for another breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend. Your choice, vinyasa, or straight into down dog. Make sure everybody gets their bearing in down dog. Left leg lifts, big inhale. Exhale, step it through. Outer edge of that right foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Take up space. Reverse your warrior. Exhale into extended side angle. Really nice. Good. Reverse once again. Come into warrior two. Transition into crescent. Ooh. Good. Arms go alongside the body. Tip the torso forward. We're going to need to scoot back. And then take it forward into warrior three. Left hand down, right arm up. Ardha Chandrasana. Half moon. Good. Right hand down, right leg lifts. Folded in, standing split. Right foot lands next to the left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Good. Palms plant. So you're welcome to take a yogi squat once again, and that's just the soles of the feet out, palms lift here. Or you can take it into crow. You can also do crow on your block. So if you want to bring big toes together and just have a nice little perch, palms can press low, knees find the triceps. You can take a little shift forward. Maybe one foot lifts, the other, maybe both feet lift up. And just a couple breaths just to play around. So again, you can just be in your really nice yogi squat, malasana, just tapping into the hips, or playing around with a little bit of crow action. And you can step it back, float it back, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Good. And we'll revisit that right leg lifts, right knee to the outside of the right wrist. So just getting into pigeon once again. So option here is to stay upright. You can press into that bottom thigh, get a little bit more lift into that left quad. You can also brace the right hand maybe on a block or a prop to the inside, reach back for the back foot. Maybe stabilize if you like to hug into the elbow. You can hug in, really anchor down. Maybe that right arm reaches forward, or you can reach back. If that's too much, just a hug in of the quad. So something that gets into a different region of your body. So just exploring what you have here for a couple breaths. I also love just the pigeon that's more perpendicular to the floor. So reaching the tailbone down. Any discomfort in the lower back, don't go quite so intense. You can also just kind of linger here. But if you feel like you want to get a little bit more into that left hip flexor and you're okay in that lower back, good. And then slowly lower, press the palms, send it back. You can go straight back into your three-legged dog, maybe bend a knee, circle it out, or if you want a vinyasa, you can take a rhythmic sort of vinyasa here. Right leg lowers, left leg lifts, big inhale. Left knee to the outside of the left wrist. Extend it back. Find your pigeon once again. So we've been here once before, so this just takes you a layer deeper. Palm can press on the thigh, you can press the foot, kind of feel what that feels like. And then just set yourself up. So if you want to take the quad stretch, handle move to the inside, maybe on a block or the fingertips. Reaching back for the inseam of the foot. This might be plenty, feels really good. If you have that flexibility in the quad and the hip flexor, you can hug in, find the crook of the elbow, begin to hug the outer hips in together, stabilize via the belly, and maybe that left arm reaches forward. Feel a lifting up through the crown of the head. So you feel that lift up, that extension up, and then if you want, you could reach back and take a version of mermaid. But as long as that left hip is drawing forward, so you get the quad stretch. So that's the magic in the move. Good. Last couple breaths, just getting in where you need to get in. Good, releasing out, palms press down, curl the back toe. Again, you can go into your three-legged dog, massage it out, or take a vinyasa to reset. Last down dog. Once you arrive, paddle it out. Ripple forward sometimes feels nice, like we started. Yeah. And then we can take the knees down, open the legs just as wide As you can transition, I'll transition to the side of my mat. So letting the legs extend out, heels out, sits bones down. You can also elevate your seat by way of a block or a towel. So I always think the good rule for thumb on if you need to elevate is if there's any discomfort in the lower back is kind of the obvious, but also if you tend to feel the pelvis, there's not that tilt forward of the torso. It's more of like an opening, sort of obtuse angle, and it's not comfortable because it feels like you're rounding out over a ball. So if you elevate your seat, that gives you a little assist of the tilt forward. So I kind of adjust, press up the seat, draw forward, full expanse, reach the thumbs up, hook them, take an inhale, and that just gets you into the integrity of your alignment. And then the tip of the torso forward. So you're hinging the torso forward, forward, forward. And then maybe the hands land, shoulders relax down. You can also drop a prop underneath the forehead if that's good. Just finding what feels good for you. So everybody's slightly different. So honoring where your body is this morning. Yeah, and relax the shoulders. Feel the belly as though it's sinking forward. The heart's drawing forward. Here, we can relax the feet here. And then instead of what's happening, so try to dial out of the shoulders and the back. So whether that's like sitting more upright or propping up the body, see if you can really get the mind's eye on where the legs meet the torso and then the inner organs. So finding the kind of nooks of the body, those little deep reaching corners of where your connective tissue draws together a joint. Inhale, coming up. If you're comfortable there, you're welcome to stay there for a few additional breaths. I just wanted to take over from one side and then the other. So we're going to take that ascending colon side, like the twist. So just walking, screwing out the palms of the hands on either side of that right leg. And then do flex the foot as we're getting into it, just so that you kind of protect the joints. And then you begin to square the chest with that right leg. Maybe there's a bend to the knee there, just if the hamstring's tight. And then find your degree of flex and stretch, and you can relax the foot. And if you like to kind of fold all the way over and hug in, just make sure the sits bones, both sits bones stay down, so it gives you a really solid anchor. And then keep drawing that left shoulder down. Breathe deep into the belly. Deep release out. So that exhale is the magic. So it's that kind of lifting the diaphragm, massaging into those inner workings. Last 2 breaths here. I'm just really making them count. When you get to a place of resistance, notice if the shoulders tighten or if the jaw tightens, the neck, and see if you can just breathe it. Breathe ease into the other body and just let it be isolated. It's like I'm stretching my hamstring and my calf and breathing deep in the belly. That's it. Inhale brings you up. Rotate towards the other side. Square the chest. Dial out over that left leg. Right sits bone stays anchored. Inhale gives you length, gives you a starting point, and then the exhale can bring you out and over. Use the palms of the hands like 2 suction cups, just anchoring you to the floor so that you can bring that right shoulder more square, the chest, the heart center more over that left leg. And then if you need the bend to the knee, take the bend. Also, might be nice to cushion, like put a blanket underneath there. Inhale, coming up. Grab behind the knees, lean back, extend the legs forward, paddle them out, wobble them out. Good. Sit bones pressed down. Maybe you're on a prop, like elevating the seat. Inhale, reach up, soften to the knees. Maybe elevate the knees up towards the ceiling and take that fold forward. Breathe into the back body. So Paschimottanasana, east meets west. So think of the different regions kind of folding in and you're breathing that reach. And it's also really amazing for those inner organs. A little extra love for the intestines and the colon and the liver, kidneys. Check out the head and the neck. Inhale up. So we'll do a brief Shavasana. So if you want to take a longer Shavasana and you're in that like headspace, take it. You can go a few minutes. We'll do maybe just like a minute or two here, and then if anybody wants to stick around, if you have any questions or thoughts or ideas or just something you want to share, you can share in the chat or you can stay on and I'll hang out for an additional like 10-15 minutes, and we can connect as a community or what have you. So you can come into a comfortable seat. You can come into traditional Shavasana where you're laying down on your mat. So last couple minutes just to find stillness how you like to find it. And then if you're into the space of doing like a 10-minute, totally feel you, and you're welcome to do that. So you arrive, taking a moment just to find your connection to the earth, your reconnection. Relaxing the eyelids, softening the jaw. Notice where your in-breath goes. Notice the release around your out-breath. Feel the back of the head release its energy into the mat. And the shoulder blades soften. The chest, the front of the heart, the back of the heart. The belly softens. As you exhale, the hips soften. The legs soften. And the heels and the feet soften. Your next in-breath, you feel energetically through every cell of your body. And your exhale is a softening, a release, a recentering. Feel that pulsating energy, that prana, just rejuvenated into every cell of your body. In Shavasana. Slowly wiggle the fingers and the toes. Feel the breath awakening in the body. Maybe you rub the index fingers and the thumbs together. And take the arms, reach them up and back, and the toes can extend forward. And just feel that beautiful stretch through the entirety of the body. As you exhale, draw the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around, and just feel the warmth of yourself. Just a nice embrace with gratitude and with love. And take a gentle roll to the right side and pause. When you're ready, finding a comfortable seat. something upright and elevating, and lifting your heart and lifting your mind's eye. And palms can come to your heart space. Let the thumbs connect into the sternum so you feel that beat of your own heart, that return to center, and just notice the vibrancy of that heartbeat increased. That refilling of your cup, that refilling of your prana. And bowing the chin to the chest. And gratitude for your life's energy and your life's purpose and just your connection to yourself and those around you. I thank you for your time and your energy. And with so much love, namaste.